Alright, there we go. Looks like this is gonna work now. What is going on, guys? We are back for another video of the Outer Worlds. I haven't streamed in a couple days, so I apologize for that. I've been trying to fix my sleeping schedule, but it hasn't really worked out too well. Nonetheless, it is 2 a.m. and we're probably going to be up for the rest of the day. I got about 2 hours of sleep. So wish me luck. I'm going to have to go get an energy drink when the damn store opens, I know that much. But I got phone calls that I'm supposed to get today, or that I'm planning on getting today. So I ain't got no damn time to sleep at this point. In any case, let's get back into this. As I recall, we were just about to head over to Monarch, or maybe we already did. But we were going to start exploring the, what is it, the subway station? I don't remember what it's called, actually. It's been too long. I've played too much. I picked up DayZ recently. Started playing that. Man, that game is frustrating when you first start out. I had to actually start looking stuff up just to kind of feel like I got a better grasp on what I'm supposed to do. But anyway, that's for another time. I'm sure we'll probably stream that eventually. But I want to get done with this game before I get too deep into other stuff. Anyway.
Sam, my vacuum tubes require evacuating. No, not those. The ones in port. Yes, there. Thank you. And while you're at it, could you switch my binaries to that? Exactly. I haven't felt this clean and efficient since Captain Hawthorne installed my subalternate auxiliary backup processor.
Well, I'm glad she's getting nice and cleaned out. That's all I know. Alright, so it's a very Earth-like looking planet there. It's got a lot of broken up areas though. And it looks like the backside's all water. It's weird. It looks close to. Is that Pangea? Anyway. I don't think we need to talk to anybody here. Let's check out our journal really quick. I think everything we've already checked out is just for Monarch. Monarch, Fallbrook, Stellar Bay. Stellar Bay is where we're going. There's probably going to be a lot of people to talk to. Where are we exactly? I don't even see our ship. Oh, we're on Terra 2. I kind of want to go back to the first area, honestly. Maybe we'll... We don't need to go back to the first area, right? Nah. Well, we'll probably have to come back there at some point later in time. Or maybe we will, just for no reason. Anyway, let's go ahead and go to Monarch. I've been waiting to go to Monarch forever. We don't want to go to Cascadia yet. We gotta figure out how to get to Fallbrook. I'm pretty sure that's on Monarch too. Anyway, we're gonna go to Stellar Bay. I'm imagining it's some sort of you know, kind of like Edgewater.
Orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain.
Wow. Oh man, that looks kind of pretty. Jeez, ain't that pretty? There's another game I started getting into was No Man's Sky. I didn't really want to do a whole lot on there either. I think it's because I want to stream it. But like I said, and then I want to get through this game before we get too into another game because I hate getting confused with my controls. Anyway, let's Do you have anything to say?
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
No.
I'll
Okay.
be here.
Let's go have some fun, shall we? Oh, you know what? I thought about something. I just thought about something. We've got 2 more little sections on our... Oh wow, didn't realize I had these. Anyway, we had 2 more little sections on our little med kit thing, whatever you want to call it. I feel like I saw something on like poison or something like that. You know, I might not find it until I actually need it. I think there was a... Hold on, I think there was something in the journal about it. Oh, maybe it wasn't. Oh, yeah, maybe it was the journal. Exploration? Welcome to the system map. Destructible hazards. No. Basics? Thirst, sleep. Yeah. Combat? N-ray damage. You have taken N-ray damage. Bypasses armor and does damage over time to your companion. The more N-ray damage you take, the more damage it inflicts. I think that's what the I don't have words today. The ape-like creatures do. I want to call them mongrels for some reason. Yeah, I found a new weapon. That's not what I want. Emergency medical inhaler. Damage types. See, I want to get something that does N-ray damage. Critical hits. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna find it until we need it. Or maybe I'll see it in the loading screen again at some point. But I'm not exactly seeing them here. So, maybe we just don't worry about it right now. Yeah, not gonna worry about it. Yep, we got who we want. Let's go to Monarch. Stellar Bay. Monarch is dangerous. We don't want to go anywhere crazy. I think it's just Cascadia that's the dangerous part. Oh, look at that. We got a trophy. Something's fishy. No idea what that's for. Like I said before, there's a good chance we might end up trying to platinum this game. But for now, first playthrough, I just want to enjoy it. I don't usually look at trophies the first playthrough because there's spoilers in the trophy list. I don't want to get spoiled right now, right? Right, Parvati? Who knows? Maybe your destiny is with Jun Lei, and there's a trophy for it. And I don't need to know that right now. I just want to see how things play out, don't you? And you. Maybe you and what's his face are supposed to be together. Anyway, let's get going. Nobody has anything to say yet on this place? It's a very beautiful place. I know it looks kind of like we're in a desert. Oh, I thought we were going to be on that planet. Looks kind of like a gaseous planet. Probably won't be able to walk on the surface. Probably melt to death or something. Fall straight through it. Who knows? That's something that happens on gaseous planets, right? You just fall straight through them. Maybe we'll find some new weapons here. That's kind of what I'm hoping. Like maybe this is a whole new area full of adventure and weapons and stuff to steal. Stellar Bay. I have good feelings about this place. None of them have to do with getting caught stealing, though. Just gonna make that clear now. Oh, what is this? You see that freaking lever? In this terminal, I know what this says. Remote landing. Is there a time that our ship takes off and we gotta fucking put a key card in, do a remote landing? It's the only thing I could see that used for. Wow. Oh crap, this guy's gonna say something. Did I do something bad?
Hold on there. I gotta sign you in.
Alright.
Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right?
Well, this is my ship on the landing pad right next. Let's say whatever. I'm just gonna say you seem surprised.
You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off.
Okay. What are they doing out here? That's what I want to know.
You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-road traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna and halcyon. Please state your name for the records.
Oh, ugh. Travel discreetly, if you know what I mean. I'm Captain Skater Dan. That's who I am. I don't want to lie.
Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill.
Is Stellar Bay really that isolated? You are not what I expected to find on Monarch. I'm gonna say you're not what I expected to find on Monarch. I didn't expect him to give us whatever he just gave us, that's for sure.
Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly.
Right? I'm gonna say, is Stellar Bay really that isolated?
We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublet. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago.
Okay, are you saying the board's been lying about this place?
Oh, sure. They make Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell. Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though.
Okay, I'm gonna go have a look around.
Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you? Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor?
Ooh, that depends. What is it?
I got this Rizzo's Rangers tossball poster coming in on the next sublight ship, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in?
Who is the Black Hole?
That's Bertie Holcomb. Only one of the greatest tossball hackers ever.
I wonder if he's kin. Dad had family that worked for Rizzo's. I never got to meet them.
Everyone's heard of him, even on Monarch. We still get some of the games. You've been living in a sulfur pit or something?
Um, actually, I've been in hibernation for decades.
Oh, you're real funny. Guess I don't feel so bad for missing what goes on in the rest of Stellar Bay.
I really wanted to know why they really call him the black hole. This poster sounds pretty valuable.
I couldn't really say, I'm just a fan of the game. But the fancy collector types say the more people see these things, the less valuable they are. And I figure my poster's been passed around by more than a few people by now.
Sure, I can ask about your poster.
Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
Sorry, I'm trying to check something out really quick. I'm just a little confused. Hmm. Alright, I think I got it figured out. Anyway. What is up with all this stuff to steal, but there's nobody around to catch me? Feels weird, you know? Alright. I don't want to steal that. Ooh, let's see. Rizzo's. Kidoki. Artichoke. $4.15. Nothing too impressive, honestly.
You're probably looking for Velma. Watch out, she's in a mood.
Oh god. She is?
If you want to talk to the boss, she's in the back of the warehouse.
Yacht Club. What is that? Oh. It didn't look so bad for a second. And it kind of looks like part of the tile, honestly, from that angle. I don't know, maybe it doesn't look quite that. It's pretty. Oh, I like your weapon, man. Whoa, look at your outfit too.
Fresh blood at last. Stellar Bay could use some.
That's good. Wait, I can't take your stuff.
We don't get many outsiders.
I think it's weird how they got like this little bulge out on the sides here. They got their pockets real full or something. Come on now, let's get this up here. All right. Yep. Pop, 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 pop around. And I'm done.
You don't look like Sublight. Must be freelance.
Hmm.
Watch your step if you venture outside the walls. Got any news from the rest of Halcyon? Well, we don't get many outsiders.
Got any news from the rest of Halcyon?
No, I don't. Ammo.
We don't get many outsiders.
That's what everybody says. I already feel like there's something fishy going on here. These are weird plants. Mushrooms. Whatever they are. That's a nice gun there, buddy. Ooh. That's gonna do some damage.
We're not the best equipped, but scouting for rats keeps us on our toes. We're not the best equipped, but scouting for rats keeps us on our toes.
Damn, I didn't realize that thing was moving around.
Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
Thanks for the warning, sucker. Wow. The rocks turned green. Let's go ahead and go in here. Oh, is that Saltuna? Fuck yeah, it is. What's going on, peep? Oh. What are you doing?
Wouldn't mind smelling like salt tuna if we could sell more of it. If you want to talk to the boss, she's in the back of the warehouse.
Monarch, Stellar. Stellar Mace.
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
She's always cranky.
No, I mean more than usual.
Wouldn't know. I made it a point to stay out of her way.
I don't have time for this.
I don't have time for this.
You guys got time for gossip, but you can't talk to me? Alright.
Look, I don't... Sorry, for a second I thought you were Grim. Wouldn't mind smelling like Saltuna if we could sell more.
Yeah, I don't blame you, honestly. I'd probably be upset if I smelled like fish all the time. I want to see what's in yo thing of my box crate thing. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Container. Let me see this vending machine. Sure grip. Block +5. Ooh. Ranged weapon skill +5. Two-handed melee. Ooh, I kind of like the two-handed melee +5. And it's pristine. That ain't pristine, but you know. 22 and 22. What do we got now? 22 and 22. Sneak and dodge. Yeah. Well, I do have that carry capacity backpack thingy. Honestly, I'm gonna buy it. Buy the pristine one. Actually, I didn't realize how much that actually costs a little bit more. And then we want the skill one. What does this do? Utility decreases the noise mod while moving. Okay. Saltuna chunks. Yeah, we don't need to worry about that. Heavy ammo. Is anybody in here? No. Take it. I don't think anybody's coming in here. Oh, a hatchet. Bit cartridge, armor. Nothing. Looks like a whole lot of nothing in here. What's that though? Vodka. Chaw. Is there something wrong with my gun? Oh, I'm just getting kind of low. Let me just go ahead and repair stuff. Okay, first we're going to check down here. This is the rest of that big room. Oh, workbench, nice.
Look, you can tell Katherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, alright? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry.
Is that a unibrow? Lie 20. Wait a minute. We gotta tell Katherine the shipment will be ready when it's ready, alright? I swear I'm not like listening to what people are saying today. I'm gonna come up here and pack boxes or something. Okay. Lie 20. Catherine said she'd shove you in a box if you came running your yap like that.
Did she now? Well, I can see I was mistaken. Because if Katherine really had sent you, there'd be a lot more expletives in your message. I hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately.
Oh, it's Velma.
First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing.
Chief. What'd she say? Pescatological, pestological, pescology. Ah, whatever. Your chief what? Yeah, that's what. That's what. Your chief what?
Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many tumors. He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess.
Okay. So find him and drag him out by his ears. Do you have rules about that sort of thing? Come back eventually. You can't constrain a person's freedom. I'm gonna say, don't you have rules about that sort of thing?
We're not keen on rules for rules' sake around here. Means Braxton skips work sometimes, but it also means no company boss is telling me when I can take a shit. Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments. Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra drugs he's been taking from supply. Something else on your mind?
Like, this is a very relaxed environment. This is like the exact opposite of Edgewater. What's this about your foreman? You said Braxton has been stealing drugs. This is Katherine you mentioned when I first came. Who's this Katherine you mentioned when I first came in here?
Sublight boss out of Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in or out of Stellar Bay. Has a mouth like a ground six spacer.
You said Braxton had been stealing drugs.
Stealing's such a nasty word. Let's call it skimming. And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the stereobiotics we use for the fish would get used a little faster on Braxton's shifts.
Awfully nice of you not to say anything.
We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get the salt tuna, fat, and mostly tumor-free.
That's good. What's this about your foreman?
Caleb Herrick. Runs the autoloader operators. He thinks I don't pay them enough for flipping switches and turning dials.
So the job's easy, but you're not doing it? Something smells here. I mean, everything smells in here, but something's fishy. Wait.
He and his whole crew walked out. Say they won't come back unless I pay them more.
Oh, God. Why don't you just pay them more?
Because we've got a budget, alright? And in case you haven't noticed, MSI doesn't exactly have a lot of spare bits on hand.
Okay. We gotta talk to... Oh, let me just... I'm sure that's probably the ender, so... Surely can you make them... Surely you can make them come back.
Not on Monarch. Sanjar threw out the old work mandates and penalties.
That's good, right?
Sure. Until your workers start making ridiculous demands.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. But what do you expect with no rules? People are gonna start making some weird shit up. I can talk to Caleb for you.
You mind slapping him around a little while you're at it? I'm joking. Mostly. Unless you can do it without hurting his job performance. If you can find a way to get him back to work, I'll make it worth your while. Check the yacht club. He's usually there.
Yacht club. Let's talk about Caleb.
Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got nothing to say.
Okay. Why can't you give him his pay increase? They are hard workers, aren't they? Don't they deserve some compensation for that? I guess I'm just gonna say, why can't you give him his pay increase, even though I feel like we already heard.
I don't have the bits for it, plain and simple. Besides, if I make an exception for him, I gotta do the same for everyone.
There we go. They are hard workers, aren't they? Don't they deserve some compensation for that?
Hard workers? They turn dials and flip switches. The machines do all the actual work.
I'll wager she don't pay those folks that maintain the mechanicals decent neither.
Caleb and his crew have it better than anyone else around here, I'll tell you that much. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire sublight contractors at this rate.
Someone's going to notice your shortfalls before long. You're going to be held responsible.
Maybe so, but I bet you Caleb runs out of bits first. Then he'll have to come back. He says he's got a stash to tide his crew over. Could be he's all talk, but if the money's real, I bet you he keeps it at home. Near the diner.
You'd steal from your own people? That's low, man.
That's business. Someone's got to keep the lights on.
Are you willing to meet Caleb halfway?
For running me ragged while he takes an extended leave at the bar? Not on your life.
Let's talk about something
Fine by me.
else. And that's it. Yeah, this place is pretty interesting, to say the least. Let's talk to some other people. This freaking machine looks like a little mechanical puppy dog. Oh wait, what's that? I can't take anything from... Someone's gonna see me. Like this guy.
Velma's not so bad, as long as you afford it when she's stressed.
I can understand that. Right, control gear, ammo. We're not too interested. We don't need to get a bad reputation. Let's see what's up here though. Mr. Ouch mod. Weapon parts. Model spaceship. Look at that. You guys got an upstairs here? Oh, I guess there's more of the area that I didn't check, isn't there? What is this? Whoa. What are those? Water purifiers? I'm half tempted to go back to the ship and put some mods on that new gear, but...
Smells like wrapped in here. Oh, it does work. I bought some musk from Sebastian to cover up the saltuna smell.
Trust me, this is worse.
I would probably have to agree on that, considering the place we just left. Deck cartridges. Oh boy. Weapon parts. Baked beans. Nothing too crazy. Is there anybody in here? No. Don't mind if I do. Can't access that. Don't need anyone peeking in here. Come on. I feel like this is the kind of place that you don't want to be caught in a back alley by yourself. The fuck is is that noise? Oh shit, I thought I was gonna be able to walk on that. Wait a minute though. I wanna check back there some more. Yeah, you took the smart way down. Oh shit. Yep, there we go again. Nice gun. Some other stuff. Okay. Nothing too interesting. At least there's another ladder here. You know what? We're just gonna take the risky. Let me up here. Oh god. That's my ankles. That one actually hurt quite a bit. I really want to take this stuff.
I'll keep it down.
Good idea. I don't want to get caught stealing. I think that there's something that can like raise my health regen rate. I might end up trying to pick that up soon. I'm not gonna worry about that one. A lot of these look like safe containers. I need to go back here and check out this whole back section. Seems way too big. Hopefully we can't get to half of it.
You're probably looking for Velma. Watch out. She's in a mood.
I bet I don't want to fall on that. Oh my god, don't take that. Oh, he doesn't care. I forgot this place is cool. They probably don't care if you take stuff. Okay, can we like jump and keep jumping and jump? Alright, no, 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 no. Is this really it? Oh, what's in here? Oh, this is this door, okay. Whoa. Stellar Bay Ruins. Sublight contractor. Retrieve the missing passcode. Meet with Katherine. Well, well, well. I don't like this place at all. Sublight ID cartridge. You're gonna need that. And all that. I'm gonna need all this too. Plasma launcher. Fuck yeah. I think I've already got one, but you know, doesn't hurt to have more. Can I use this? No. Okay. Don't think we need to go over there. And we'll just pick that up. Don't want to go down there yet either. I'm gonna go ahead and go in here. Check out the rest of this house. Building. Here we go. Vermin. 205. 180. Like a plasma carbine. Plasma launcher.
How'd you do that so fast?
Signed toss ball card, huh? By the great hacker Birdie Black Hole. Oh, I think this was... No, he wanted the poster. Czechoslovakia. Deliver the toss ball. Okay, that was the poster. She keeping the poster to herself? I didn't even talk to Celia. Personal. Okay, well, let's check this out. Monarch Stellar Industries, Saltuna of the Deep. It's like music for the soul. Monarch Stellar Industries. This terminal is only to be used for official work on behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries. Personal files. Oh, heck, 55. Well, these freaking levels never stop. Okay, mash random keys. That's incorrect. I'm not going to try again. Okay, messages. Next time we level up, I guess we know what we're doing. We're halfway to a level up. To be hitched. Braxton. The fish in tank 23A are looking a little lumpy. If you're not going to make it in, that's fine, but you have to let me know so I can stay on top of the doses. Velma. Mr. Nandi. We really need to talk about the Saltuna situation. I've had to let 4 batches rot in the warehouse over the last 2 months because we are not finding buyers. I know the situation with the board puts us in a tough spot, but we need to start thinking about how we are going to keep Stellar Bay afloat if we can't get sales up. V. Ballard. Okay, and then Brax, seriously, where are you? You've missed 3 shifts. This is getting ridiculous even for you, Velma. There was nothing else, right? Turn to root, yep. So we need to get our hack to 55, we know that. Okay, we'll just plop on down. And bam. Nobody saw that. Perfect. Okay, so I've checked everything on this side. We'll just keep working our way over and back, try to check out all these different places. Yeah, that includes... I haven't checked this place. Is that a bar?
You don't look like sublight. Must be freelance.
Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial H Mammoths.
Oh, live 55. I play for Auntie Cleo, darlings. Don't you recognize me?
I'd heard they'd gotten a new hacker. Is that why everyone's making such a fuss about you? But what are you doing on Monarch?
This is part of a goodwill tour for of a Halcyon. We are meeting our fans across the colony.
Maybe we're not so isolated as I thought. So, what can I do for you?
You said you were having trouble receiving the tossball game transmissions?
Graham's always filling the airwaves with this propaganda, like it's done him any good. All it means is the tossball games get to us in fragments. Makes them real hard to watch.
Okay. Nothing real interesting. I don't really want to... So that's how the cash register works, huh? Interesting. I don't want to steal anything. This is a weird place. I don't know if we get in trouble for stealing, but I don't want to get in trouble. I do, however, want to take stuff for no apparent reason. Oh yeah. I don't even know what I just took. What was just mods? Tossball sign poster. Okay. This terminal's use is restricted to authorized medical engineers. Unauthorized will be warrant action from your site safety engineer. Employee login. Hack 55 again. Create new account. Error. Whatever. Definitely need to get my hack up to 55.
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like those, I'd remember.
Quite the bedside manner, lady.
Well, it's so rare I get the pleasure of new company. What can Auntie Abigail do for you?
Are you in charge of handing out medicine?
Yes, indeed. Someone's got to keep Stellar Bay's people healthy and energized.
You certainly seem excited about your job.
Oh, but I am. I get to see plenty of my neighbors here, and I do dearly love a little gossip.
Okay, nothing for now, thanks. Abracadabra. What's in the bathroom? Nothing. It's like nothing here I want. Like a whole... Oh, this is the same area. Okay.
Got any news from the rest of Halcyon?
Nope.
You don't look like Sublay. Must be freelance.
I don't think there was anything over here interesting. Oh. Except for that. And this. Alright, looks like it's time to move on to the next section of buildings.
We don't get many outsiders.
Got any news from the rest of Halcyon?
You don't look like...
Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
Okie dokie. Or maybe even behind the walls. In the back alleys. Even this place isn't safe here. That's what it seems like to me. Oh yeah, I forgot about that double jump.
You don't look like Sublay. Freelance.
You're gonna get us caught.
What do you think you're
Okay. Dang, I'll pay 79. Okay, persuade. I was just leaving.
You're lucky I've already filled my quota.
Retrofitted armor. Nothing too crazy. I figured he couldn't see us. Monarch, whatever.
Fresh blood at last. Stellar Bay could use some. Fresh blood at last. Stellar Bay could use some.
So they definitely get mad at you for stealing stuff. That's good to know, at least.
You don't look like Sublight. Must be freelance.
Okay.
Someone's been killed!
What are you going on about?
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Pull yourself together and tell me what happened.
I clean the apartments while everyone's at work. I've seen all sorts of messes, but this... If you're going into the apartments, do not go into the lower one on the right. That's where the body is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go contemplate a hot shower. The body's in the first apartment on the right.
Well, we don't get many outsiders. Got any news from the rest of Halcyon?
Okay, so we're not going to worry about that at the moment. I actually want to go to the other side of this building, because I think there's more on the right side here we didn't check out. We're just kind of going at this in rows.
We don't get many outsiders.
Can I actually squeeze back here? Yeah, there's nothing back here. I guess we can go ahead and go in here.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir. Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today?
What was that exchange about having money troubles?
Or is he not paying you on account of how he tried to fix the thing his own self and busted it even worse, and then said you wasn't fixing it fast enough, so he's docking your wages again? Not that I got any prior experience with such.
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
Raptidon acid? Do you normally blow your money on Raptidon parts?
Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or a mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really.
I think she is a junkie. Why are you buying so much from Sebastian? If you've got that many bits to spend, then I've got some trash to say. Yeah, anyway, why are you buying so much from Sebastian?
So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else.
I reckon she's got a little bit of a squish on this fella.
He's sort of the strong, silent type.
Is that what you call it here?
Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
Yeah. Maybe I could talk to him for you.
Would you? I'd appreciate that so much. Maybe don't tell him I wanted you to ask. Just that you met this really nice lady named Celia, and she seemed... Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work.
Wait, I'm curious. What do you see in Sebastian?
He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
Good to have standards, I guess.
I know what I'm looking for.
Oh boy. You really want to be with someone you can talk to? Wait, you really want to be with someone you can't talk to?
You think that's what I'm looking for? You're funny.
I'm so curious. There are other fish in the sea, Celia?
Not in Stellar Bay. Everyone else who isn't taken either smells like salt tuna or they're my boss. Besides, a man with a good smile and a proportionate upper to lower body ratio isn't something to pass up.
Well, there you go. That's all I need to know.
Sometimes I get carried away.
I'll talk to you later.
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
This guy's getting carried away. You have a meeting with... It's very generous of you.
Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself?
Just looking for the information broker. Charting my own path, going where the wind takes. I'm just looking for the information broker.
Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate. But if you're here for him, I suppose that means you aren't here for Saltuna.
Ooh, it could be both. You have to eat one more weird science project passed off as food in the Sprat Fight colony. I'm going to stab someone? What the fuck? Just tell me how to find the broker and hey, it could be both. It could always be both.
Now, there's no need to humor me. I'm used to this particular letdown.
Seems like you're having a rough time, Mr. Sanjar. Are you doing quite alright?
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of professional erotic and athletic disappointments. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
That's how you spell bosom? It's not how I spell it. But maybe that is how you spell it. So, what exactly are you hoping to accomplish? If you're free of the other corporations, why would you want to bring them back? Sounds like a personal problem. I'm just going to say, what exactly are you hoping to accomplish?
Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
And you're tired of scrounging and scraping by, is that it? Sounds like you're freer than anyone else in Halcyon. Why not embrace it? I'm gonna go with, and you're tired of scrounging and scraping by, is that it?
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
Okay, so what do you mean to do about it?
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
Ingenious plan? Don't get me wrong, I'm starting to admire your sand, but I bet you could overcomplicate a sisty sandwich.
What a charmingly roguish turn of phrase. Allow me to express my thanks at your confidence and assure you that my plan is indeed sufficiently complicated.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
This lady knows what's going on. Enough preamble was the plan. Ooh boy. Kinda like the Celia chick. She's my kind of chick, you know. She's just kind of there. I don't know. Enough preamble. What's the plan?
It's a two-pronged approach. The first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
Okay. Fine, but how do you mean to do that? How long did it take you to figure that you need to defend your city? I'm just gonna go with fine. How do you mean to do that?
With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
This Bolt 52 sounds useful. What is it?
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
Never realized fighting the bureaucracy could be this interesting.
It is quite the rush.
Once you have the Bolt 52, what's the other part of your plan?
I'll need to gather some supplemental materials, but I mustn't get ahead of myself.
You do tend to do that.
The Bolt 52 will be in the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. These days, it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Perception. I can't believe this stuff is too high of a level for us to actually do. It's like that's all we need to put stuff into is perception, and so I guess we're gonna probably put 5 into perception and 5 into hack next time. Okay, anyway, then I guess I'll go get your Bolt 52.
Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Yeah, then we'll see what we can do. Before I go, I need to ask you about something.
What can I do for you?
I have a question about MSI and the good old days.
Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes.
What exactly do you want back on the board? Why exactly do you want back on the board? How did MSI get kicked off the board in the first place?
I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws.
You're getting ahead of yourself again. Oh my god, I just feel like I'm getting ahead of myself in the dialogue. This is why you can't trust corporations and their so-called laws. Do you mean that you initiated your own removal of the board? Do you mean that you initiated your own removal from the board?
Not intentionally, though that's technically true. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. Back then, it was known as Terra 1.
Huh, Terra 1 and Terra 2? I see the board put their best people on that one.
Really? I always thought they were refreshingly straightforward names. After all, the whole point of terraforming was to make them Earth-like.
Here, though, the results were mixed.
And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out.
It's not exactly the answer I was looking for. That's not. I didn't realize that's what I was talking about. That seems wise, but not MSI, right?
Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to. But there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up.
How forward-thinking of you.
It's humane, but it's also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a cursory review of the data bears that out.
I hope you'd treat them nice, whether it was good business or not, Mr. Sanjar. That's what being a community means. Treating people right, because it's the right thing to do.
Like that's what you saw in Edgewater? Come on. People look out for themselves.
A noble thought, Miss Holcomb. Unfortunately, noble thoughts rarely sway board policy. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms.
I take it your leadership didn't embrace your idea. Using the board's own tools against them, then clever. Who's this us and we you keep talking about?
Oh, well, there were surely other junior executives with more open minds. though none of them had the temperament to handle the paperwork.
Perception. That we can actually do. Look at that. Who are we talking about? You're being cagey.
But I was keeping my tone flat and maintaining eye contact. You weren't supposed to notice I was avoiding the subject.
This is why you've never been good with presentations, sir.
Very well. Many, many years ago, Graham Bryant and I used to be collaborators of sorts.
So he helped you make your case to the senior executives.
Indeed, for all the good it did. MSI's then leadership wasn't enthusiastic. They insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2 along with everyone else.
Yeah, here you are. I hope you gave them the finger. Guess you missed the transport. I'm gonna go with yet. Here you are.
Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI.
Must have pissed off some real big suits to get stuck with that.
On the contrary, I wrote lots of very important reports on behalf of top MSI officials before I was able to achieve this position. I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages.
Okay. But why would they do that? You should have known you couldn't oppose them.
But we weren't trying to. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws. I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently.
What exactly do you want back? Wait, yeah, want back on the board. Why exactly do you want back on the board? What's the hazard clause? So you used to work with Graham. Why not mention that earlier? I don't seem to think much of Graham. I'm just gonna say, so you used to work with Graham. Graham, why not mention that earlier?
As far as I'm concerned, the less said about Graham, the better. Graham seemed like a reasonable man years ago. We both agreed that MSI's treatment of its workers was untenable. I thought reforms would be enough. I didn't realize you wanted to abolish the corporate system entirely.
What's the hazard clause?
It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous.
But wait, what happens to the folks stuck on the wrong side of dangerous?
Well, I'm afraid the welfare of a few hundred people is too minor a figure into the board's risk assessments.
Okay. And they invoked it on Monarch?
Yes, making all of MSI criminals in the board's eyes. Rather hard to run a business that way.
Why exactly do you want back on the board?
Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
If you can't beat him, might as well join him and reach into their pockets.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community. And being cut off means slow strangulation.
They've treated you pretty roughly. Is it worth going back to that? I'm just gonna say I can't fault you for your practicality.
Indeed. We've got to consider realities, not ideals. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue. Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship.
Force them to the bargaining table. I'm gonna just say the board doesn't mess around. I'm gonna say leverage.
Don't get ahead of yourself, sir.
Yes, it'll be easier to explain once we have the Bolt 52. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations.
I feel like I'm gonna help these guys, like, do one of those fucking... They're just gonna demand or demolish, you know, it's gonna be one of those. It's like, you fucking barter with us or whatever, or we're gonna just fuck you up. This Bolt 52 thing should... I have a bad feeling about this whole place. I want to talk to you about something else.
What can I do for you?
I met Grimm, the landing pad guard.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
He did a bang-up job. That guy's a world-class moron. He did a bang-up job.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
I've got to go. Okie dokie.
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? What did he say?
Look, I haven't talked to him yet, I'm sorry. Grimm asked me to check with you about his tossball poster.
You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse. But I'll warn you, Grimm wore her patience thin a long time ago.
I want to talk to you about yeah, okay, we'll see if there's any more dialogue on Sebastian. I wanted to talk to you about Sebastian.
Oh, have you talked to him?
No. Okay, not yet. Cool your jets. Or whatever that said. Talk to this guy.
We're not the best equipped, but scouting for rats keeps us on our toes.
I feel like things are just going through one ear and out the other right now. Sanjar's to-do list, review guidelines for annual self-review. Select font for annual self-review, format annual self-review, schedule time to write annual self-review. Write annual self-review. Tell Celia she's doing an excellent job. Damn, that's quite the to-do list.
Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
I like how he categorized everything so well.
If you leave town, watch out for iconoclasts. They're almost as bad as the raps.
Iconoclasts, huh? I haven't seen those yet, I don't think.
I hope your being here means the board is loosening their restrictions.
Oh, let's check this out. Notes for revisions. Your report looks excellent. The numbers are front and center, and you highlight our recent production gains nicely. One small adjustment: could you increase the page margins by 17.3%? I want them to match the formatting of our other reports for maximum readability. Could you increase the page margins? Sanjar. Okay. There's nothing in these. Those two have nothing good to say. This terminal is only to be used for, is only to be used for official communication on behalf of Stellar, Monarch Stellar Industries. We already read that. Anyway, view data. A summary report on conditions within Stellar Bay. Productivity has continued to improve since relaxing MSI's old restrictions and making allowances for employee benefits such as time off for illness and personal leave. 24.9% reductions in shift length and 52.3% more positive feedback. Fishery output is up 15.2% this year, showing a continuing but slowing growth trend. Decreased gains compared to previous years are likely due to the deterioration of materials and morale. Occasionally, shortfalls in our supplies and the gradual loss of personnel to marauders. 7.2% hostile wildlife, 10.3%, and iconoclast recruitment, 17.4%. Reconciliation with the board remains a long-term goal, but the immediate concern of defending the city from hostile elements, repairing damage to the city walls consume approximately 32.8% of the annual budget. The best solution would be an influx of skilled defenders and weaponry, but given the aforementioned factors and their effects on the local population, such a solution remains unlikely. Working slogans. MSI, our profit margins are stellar. MSI, Saltuna. 43.28% more nutrient dense than the leading brands. What? Anyway. Stellar Bay, a tolerable center of commerce in a hostile and chaotic galaxy. Back, return to route, nothing else. Okie dokie. Looks like we're done with this room. Ah! Oh, we're back outside, aren't we? The yacht club vendor discovered. Okay, yeah, we're not quite ready to go over there. We've got one more building here to check out first. What do you say?
Got any news from the rest of Halcyon?
Nope. What do you say?
Laws. Can't a man enjoy the smooth menthol flavor of a Stogie Slim in peace?
We've got a lot of brass for a man doing absolutely nothing.
What I am doing, sir, is enjoying the moment. It's so rare that I can seize one apart from the jabbering masses of this wretched place.
What are you talking about? Your neighbors probably aren't missing your company either, kind of thing. Hey, what are you talking about?
This law's forgotten town. Cut off from the rest of the colony. Removed from any culture. I recall when Stellar Bay was a proper board-affiliated town with regular shipments of Auntie Cleo's best and all the cereals. Before Sanjar took over MSI and got us all booted.
Yeah, but now you all are free from the board. You miss the good old days.
Days of consumption and culture. When we weren't squabbling with the iconoclasts for lack of better things to do. Look, you're making me melancholy. Is there something you wanted?
I'll leave you be.
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Yeah.
We're here, light years from Earth, going about our lives.
Every time the punch clock peals, a worker earns his meals.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, I thought you were quoting It's a Wonderful Directorate. Huh? Hmm? Carry on. Hey, got my sights on you.
Watch your step if you venture outside the walls. We don't get many outsiders. You don't look like Sublight. Must be freelance.
Well, we don't get many outsiders.
Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
Alright. Well, looks like this is the only place I can go into over here that I haven't been into.
Got any news from the rest of Halcyon?
No.
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding all over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud.
I'm just gonna keep listening.
But I gotta get in there, get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn wrapped out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you?
Okay, a little fucking dialogue corruption there. I'm Skater Dan, pleasure to meet you.
Ooh, charmer. Don't get a lot of that around here. Folks mostly grump at me about how I should join the MSI payroll. Nice change of pace. Buy me a drink, will you?
I'll stay in chat, but you look like you've had enough. I'm told you can get me to an information broker. You know what? Sure, another round, bartender.
Outstanding! What are you doing in Stellar Bay, stranger?
Just seeing what it's like for myself. People talk about it, talk it up like it's a shithole.
It is a shithole. It's a free shithole, though. Plenty of ways to blaze your own trail. Folks seem to like that. Besides, the booze is good. Something about that fish oil. Cheers.
Cheers. Listen, I'm told you can help me find an information broker.
Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Brass... Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's talk business. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You have to get me something to clear my head.
I'm not in the mood for to fetch things. How much time do you need? I don't need an escort. Just tell me how to get... I'm gonna say, sure, what do you need? Because, you know, it'll probably get us extra experience, and we need to get our perception and our hacking skill up some more.
Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're very good. I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Fetch me one and we'll be all set.
Ooh, medical 25. You mean caffeinoid? That's stuff's just a stimulant.
Well, they work. We got a deal or what?
I've got some caffeinoid here. Will that work? Yeah, sure, why? Why not?
Give it here. Ooh, that hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yes. We're in business. Let's go.
That was fast. I gotta see about stocking some on the ship.
You be careful. The first one's free. After that, they'll offer you gainful employment.
I feel like I got a whole bunch of different quests done for the same thing. Glad to have you. Not looking for company on the road. Just tell me I'm glad to have you.
Great. Where to?
Just find the information broker.
Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's Peak. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there, there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun. If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss options when we get closer. That said, 3's already a crowd. I don't mind waiting somewhere until you got a spot open.
We've got a ship at the docking bay if you want to wait there. Ellie, wait on the ship. We need Naoka's help for now. I think we're gonna let Ellie wait on the ship.
I hope you like being part of our crew, Naoka. We're real excited to have you.
Wow, look at that. One for all trophy.
Oh, no. Monarch ain't safe, even with me around. I've just got intimate knowledge of its dangers and an abundance of fortitude. Folks hire me because I know what you can shoot and what you ought to run from. That's a mistake you only get to make once.
Where are we headed?
Looks like we're headed to, whoa. Hey, what's up? I like your style.
What's up?
Can I ask you something?
What's with the pleasantries? You want to know something, just ask.
What made you choose the hunter life? Has Monarch always been your home? You were around when the corporation left Monarch, right?
Yeah. At first, we all thought it was about damn time. I don't know if you've noticed, but Monarch ain't exactly easy on the spirit. Then it got uglier than a rat eating a sour grape.
I hear that a lot. What happened exactly?
Everything that could have gone wrong did. Townships were promised evac shuttles that never came. Overland routes were attacked by marauders and wildlife. Supplies went missing, our equipment started corroding on account of the sulfur in the air. It was a fine mess.
Would it have been better to stay if they stayed? You don't blame them for screwing up. I'm gonna say, would it have been better if they stayed?
I don't know, but at least we'd have money to back us up. Supply shipments, food that we don't have to hunt down. Look at MSI. They're getting along fine. I have to think the Corps could have made it work if they'd reprioritized.
Not good enough. Halcyon should be thriving, but red tape holds it back. You think Halcyon just needs a change of leadership? I want to say, you think Halcyon just needs a change of leadership?
I'm not sure we need anything, Cap. We've had our growing pains, to be sure, but here we are. Still alive, still fighting. Long as nobody goes around trying to dismantle the whole thing, I think we'll be fine. Progress requires structure. Nobody's gonna build a sewer pipe or a road if they don't got a boss telling them to. The bureaucracy's necessary.
Yeah, you might be right about that. I don't know. Never thought about it that way. Thanks for the perspective. Eventually someone will take it upon themselves to provide for the community. It's kind of how I don't know if that... People were perfectly comfortable shitting in holes before we had sewer. Yeah, I'm just gonna say never thought about it that way. Thanks for the perspective.
Anytime, Cap.
Wait a minute, I want to hear
up?
about... I'm sure you've got all manners of hunting stories. Tell me one.
I took a job once to clear out a rap nest. Partnered up with a fellow out of Fallbrook who called himself Dirty Don. Bit on the shorter side. Had a penchant for cards. Thing is, he introduces himself and the man is immaculate. Clean. He had a flowery presence to him. A pleasantness that didn't invade your space. He was just there and you were glad for it.
So why call him Dirty Don? I'd call him Dirty Dan. A clean man on Monarch? I'll believe it when I see it. No, I'm gonna say, why call him Dirty Don? Dirty Don.
When we set out to hunt down the Raptidons, I found out firsthand where his nickname came from. Dirty Don killed those Raptidons with his bare hands. His bare fucking hands, Captain. He was a whirlwind of grotesque primal fury. In the end, he stood drenched in blood over the entrails of a dozen raps. If he had a scratch on him, I wouldn't have been able to tell. It was glorious.
Okay. Damn, I'd have loved to have been there. What happened to him? Is he still out there tearing up the wildlife? Doesn't sound glorious. It sounds like I want to know what happened to him. Is he still out there tearing up the wildlife?
Day came when he tried to take on a mannequin. Got himself eaten one limb at a time. Wonder if he tasted like soap. Oh well, live and learn. No matter how tough you are, if you're gonna fight something bigger than you, bring a firearm. What's up?
Mind heading to the ship. Yep, never mind. Never mind. What you gotta say?
Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
What about you?
Well, well. Isn't often we see new folk in Stellar Bay. First drink's on me, stranger.
Thanks.
Enjoy. If you're keeping Nyoka company, you'll need a few to keep up with her.
Ain't a person on this planet who can keep up with me. Wait, we are talking about a drinking contest, right?
Now what can I do for you?
Oh, freaking boy. Why is this place called the Yacht Club?
Thought it had a fancy ring to it. Name's the first advertising anyone sees, after all.
Okay. Are there any yachts in Stellar Bay?
Nope. But a man can dream.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. How well do you know Nyoka?
Anyone who spends any amount of time in this bar is bound to get to know Nyoka. On account of her being here so often herself.
Hey, you ought to be paying me. Without me livening up the place, y'all would be wallowing in the misery that is your sad corporate lives.
I don't mean that unkindly, Nyoka. Anyone who's rid us of as many beasts as you have is entitled to a few drinks. Something else I can do for you?
You said you're not used to seeing new faces around here.
Not since Amber Heights. These days we have more leaving than coming. Off to join the Iconoclasts or some such.
Ooh, what happened at Amber Heights?
Bunch of marauders broke into the executive compound, slaughtered everyone. Corporations pulled out of Monarch not long after. I thought everyone knew. But then that was 10 years ago. Still feels fresh to us every time we look at our walls, though.
Let me see what you have. Not a whole lot. I already talked to you.
You don't look like Sublight. Must be freelance.
Nyoka bar, talk bingo sheet. Several phrases have been marked off. Right between the eyes. There were 3, no 4 of them. The raft was this big. Took it down with one shot, buy me a drink. Sounds about right. Ooh. Stealth -5. I don't like the stealth, the down crap. Give me something with more skills, not less. Nothing too crazy in here. It's pretty much what I already have. Take that.
Nice to see Nyoka on the mend.
Yeah, I think whatever.
Nice to see Nyoka on the mend.
Sure. I don't know what that means, but...
Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
Yep.
New face, huh? You from Off-World?
Yes. Captain Skater Dan of the Unreliable.
A ship captain? Well, I'll be. Here, let me buy you a drink. Consider it an MSI welcome. Why don't you grab a chair? Sit a spell and revel with us.
By the smell, he's been reveling enough for you both already.
What? We need to talk to Velma. What are you celebrating?
Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. We're untethered, free of responsibility and worldly cares. Well, as long as we don't run out of bits. But until the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. So now we're striking.
What could be so bad it made you walk off the ship?
It ain't any one thing but the sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less bits. And the wages we do earn don't cover as much as they used to. Our supervisor, Velma, goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate, so we're refusing to work. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch. We're free from the board, you know? We have the right to lobby for better hours and pay.
We need to talk about Velma. Oh, I'm just gonna leave him alone for a second. I want to talk to these guys.
Caleb's doing the talking.
Talk to Caleb. He speaks for all of us.
Yeah, I noticed.
Why don't you grab a chair? Sit a spell and revel with us. Sure
Yeah,
thing.
talk about Velma.
What did you want to discuss?
Lie. 55. Sanjar is going to fire Velma if you don't return to work.
I never meant to call for anyone's head on a pike. Velma's not my favorite person, but she ain't been cruel to us. Devil it all. Now you got me feeling sorry for her. Fine. I guess we'll go back to work to save Velma's job. We'll find a better time to negotiate our wages. Tell Velma not to worry. We'll look out for her.
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and put the... No, it was hack. I think it was hack and persuade. I'm just gonna go ahead and do hack for now. Get in here. Yeah, you two, get in here. Get in here. Okay, that's good. Oh, Mark II pistol? Hmm, 352, huh? This one's still 660, so I'm gonna stick with what we got. Still, you know, this pistol seems to be working out alright. I think we're done here at the moment.
I wonder sometimes what they're doing on other colonies.
Oh god, now I have to try to figure out what it was I was actually trying to hack. Summary report on conditions with Stellar Bay. Yeah, I already read that. I already read that too. Working slow. Yeah, stop trying to act like I didn't read all that.
Look, I don't... Sorry. For a second, I thought you were...
Oh boy.
I hear those rich people in Byzantium pay a handsome rent for that.
Bet they also pay to make it stink less.
Supposedly, it makes you more attractive for, you know.
Trust me, no one's going near you like this.
Might have to agree with that. I'm already halfway through 17, dang.
Come to share a secret with Auntie Abigail? Come to share a secret with Auntie Abigail?
Employee log, hack 55, login Williams. Please select from the following menu options. Patient records. Please enter the name of the patient, whose records you want to view. Nyoka. Nyoka Ramnurim Wentworth 3, the third, something like that. Caffeinoid allotment. Standard medical engineer notes: liver damage, likely the result of prolonged alcoholism. Attitude problem, likely the result of prolonged alcoholism. Frequent social withdrawals, likely the result of prolonged alcoholism. Nice. Gator Dan. Area patient not found. Please try again. Okay, return data storage. Please enter the name of employee whose file you want to view. William E. E. Williams. Notes for experiments as conducted by Dr. E. Williams. Reacticism plus pep you up. I had hypothesized that this combination might awaken my mind and sense to the greater realities around us. If that is true, then it seems my faculties were quite overwhelmed in this instance. Shortly after the dosage, I experienced cold sweats, tremors, and mild paranoia. It is perhaps due to these later effects that most of my notes from the episode are of little use. Nevertheless, the effects were most invigorating. I will have to attempt a milder dosage once heart palpitations subside. Bushberry extract plus debilirol. After my previous experiments, I theorized that deadening the external sense might allow the mind's eye to glimpse The eternal. Alas, I was only partially successful. The combination of substances quickly rendered me both blind and feeble. So much so that I soon fell into a stupor. I woke some hours later in a pile of my own sick and a most curious craving for Tillerodos. Costellarine minus triple dosage. Or just triple dosage. Searching file empty. Yeah, that might have been a little too much for him. Okay, so there should be another... I want to say it was another... what do they call these things? Another terminal. That had the other thing that I needed. Either that or it was a person I was talking to. I think it was just a person.
I'm afraid the transmission's still pretty bad. What can I do for you?
Yeah, in fact, I know it was a person. So we're just gonna go ahead and do persuade. Or are we? Sure. Why not? Okay, so we've searched quite a bit of different areas at this point. I think we're ready to do this kind of... I'm pretty sure we're onto the kind of back section of the area. Map. Town. Whatever you want to call it. Come here.
Don't look like subway. Must be freelance.
Yeah, I don't want to steal anything right off the bat. Right out in front of everyone. What's this vending machine have? 33, huh? Medium handgun +5. Stealth -5. Block +5. You know, I kind of like this helmet. 33 is pretty nice. I'm not gonna buy it though. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm tempted to buy this though. I'm not gonna buy that either, because I probably already have 3 of them.
You don't look like sublight. Must be freelance.
Nice to see Nyoka on the mend. Well, we
Is
don't
this the
get
bar?
many outsiders.
Got any news from the rest of Halcyon?
Whoa, by the stars, my poor heart. I just about pissed my jumpsuit.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. Why would you admit that to anyone? Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
Most people don't. Besides, this place is enough to try anyone's nerves.
How's that?
Where should I begin? With the oversized mantisaurs? Or perhaps the rap spewing acid at our walls? The board was right. This place isn't fit for human habitation. And I was a fool for staying.
Well... if I wait a second, will it fucking stop glitching the fuck out? It doesn't really sound like it. My engineer's looking to get a dustback casserole. Can you cook one of those? Why did he decide to stay in the first place? Oh! My engineer's looking to get a dustback casserole. That's what I wanted. Yeah. Can you cook one of those?
That was a real popular meal 10, 20 years back, before the board tucked tail and ran. These days, everybody's had a belly full of salt tuna. They all want borscht. And the mushrooms, well, not many venture out of town, what with the monsters hereabouts. I can whip one up for you, but it'll cost. Here's a menu.
Oh, yikes. I can't cover this much, Captain.
Intimidate 55, huh? You take me for an idiot? No damn casserole is worth that much. Try again. Try harder.
What? No, Captain. I don't want you to do it this way.
It's all right, miss. I'm a coward at heart. Made that clear from the outset. Look, Captain. This is the best I can do without putting myself out of business.
I'm glad you saw a reason. 2,000 pitch is much more reasonable.
I'm mighty glad you reckon so. This is gonna take about an hour in the oven. Nothing I can do to speed it. That's just how cooking works.
It didn't sound like he was gonna take the fucking...
There we are. Now, if you don't mind, I really need to take a leak.
My belly's gurgling just to smell it, Mr. Raymond. Thank you so much.
A pleasure to help such a charming young lady. You're a gentle soul, miss. Be careful with this one, all right? He's kind of a brute.
Oh, gosh, my tum's rumbling just smelling that casserole.
I bet it is.
That Chief Junlei sure seems swell, huh?
Yeah. Anyway. Oh, God. Scared the shit out of me.
I see you stuck around.
Well, I need you to make a cake. Why did you decide to stay in the first place?
Sanjar, of course. He had all these glorious ideas about how he'd run Monarch. Rest periods between every work shift. No shift more than 10 hours long.
You company folk are all the same. Choose to stay, then complain about the choice you've made.
How was I supposed to know it'd turn out like this? It all sounds wonderful, until you realize there's only a few centimeters of repurposed steel between you and the deadliest creatures in the galaxy.
Seems like you'd want more than centimeters. You got a real negativity problem. Ooh. You've got a... Oh, I don't want... Yeah, you know what? I already feel like we've been a dick to him, so why not just continue? You've got a real negativity problem.
I'm not even finished. Add that to the supply shortages, thanks to being cut off by the board, and I dare say we're no better off than the lowliest Spacer's Choice enclave.
Ever thought about leaving Stellar Bay?
Only every day. But in case you haven't noticed, we don't exactly get ships on a regular basis, yours notwithstanding. And even if I did scrape together enough to buy passage out with sublight, which would mean reaching Fallbrook without getting eaten, shot, or dissolved into green goop, what then?
God, this fucking vocal glitches are horrible. Maybe if I just hold on a minute, it's gonna clear itself out. I can hear like the static happening. Just wait for that to go away a little bit. If you got stabbed, that's also a possibility. Why don't you just tell me? So you forgot stabbed, that's also a possibility.
Well, thank you for reminding me. As if I weren't already destined for an early grave. Only every day. But in case you haven't noticed, we don't exactly get ships on a regular basis, yours notwithstanding. And even if I did scrape together enough to buy passage out with sublight, which would mean reaching Fallbrook without getting eaten, shot, or dissolved into green goop, what then?
Why don't you just tell me?
Nothing. That's what. Because MSI is not in what you'd call good standing with the board. So even if I could get out of here, no one's gonna hire me.
That sounds not with that attitude.
Was there something else? Or did you just want to mock me?
People got bad attitudes. And
Lucky
they just...
you.
This is why you don't argue with people that just have nothing but negative things to say. Because they'll never stop. They'll never stop. It's just one negative thing after another, and then all of a sudden you're the problem. And it's like, man, I'm just trying to get you to be more positive. You know, life is a lot easier to live when you're positive about things. I'm gonna steal this. Oh, that's not the right button. Oh man, that was annoying. Okay, wait a minute, where am I? Okay, so this is right.
Got any news from the rest of Halcyon?
Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
The body's in the first apartment on the right.
Oh, that's right. I haven't been in here. Oh, wait. Wait a minute. I don't know if I was ready for that. Was I ready for that? Maybe I was. Zhang's Emporium discovered? What do I have for mods? Oh. Okay. I want... yeah. I don't have any mods. Tech kit. Okay. Just not worry too much about that. Sebastian Adams Wildlife Emporium discovered. We're gonna go on here first because there's like nothing else on this side. Everything else is on that side. Yeah. At least there's nobody in here. What do these have? 9, 36, dodge plus 7. Oh, that's 19. Stealth minus 5. Nothing interesting on that. Toughened. 14, 10, 22, 26. Skill kit. Nothing good.
We don't get many outsiders.
Freaking dialogue problems just getting on my nerves. You can hear it, just the static in the game, like, what is going on? Makes me want to restart the game. Okay. Actually, what do you got? Not anymore. Okay, messages to S. Nandi. Sorry to bother you about this, but something foul is leaking from the apartment upstairs. I don't know what Celia is keeping up there, but she works for you, right? Do you think you could talk to her about it? I rose. Isaac, can you please try to keep your windows shut? As I've tried to explain, leaving them open, especially when you've got food out, invites mantis swarms, and a mantis swarm infestation is everyone's problem. What did I say? To be hatched. Braxton, I know you keep odd hours. I know because I've heard you coming and going at all times of the day and night. Haha. But maybe you could try to close your door a little more quietly. I have rather sensitive nerves, and every time I hear your door, I think we are in the middle of another Amber Heights. Oh man, this dialogue, this static is just bugging the crap out of me.
Oh, sorry. Just spooked me, was all.
Even Stellar Bay ain't safe these days. What's the world coming to?
Search for clues. Ooh. Oh, well, I'll just take all the... That's evidence. Taking these evidence. Look at that. There's evidence all over the place. I'm just gonna have to pick it up. Oh, examine. Evidence, you know? You've seen that, right? There's evidence. Anything in the bathroom? Nope. Damn. Examine. Hastily packed suitcase. Several ragged outfits, all of the same cut and color, were stuffed into this suitcase. Stainless steel rat. I don't know if saving and reloading is actually going to help, but I think I'm going to try it. I'm going to read this first. Tossball betting slip. This betting slip lists some increasingly bold wagers made for a team called Mostly Colonists. It's from left field tossball betting. Search the apartment for clues. Hell, it seemed like just saving it helped. We'll see if it ends up popping back up. If it does, we'll try saving again. Reload it or if we need to. Oh, that reminds me. I gotta check Nyoka. Base health, threaten generation. Increase your lie skill when Nyoka's in the party. 10% range damage. What does she have? No, okay. Increase the companion's base armor rating. Any slot they wear. Increases the damage dealt by this companion. Reduces how far sound of your footsteps travel while Nyoka is in your party. Damage to creatures plus 20%. Equipment time. This companion swaps weapons and reloads so much faster. Increases damage dealt by this companion's ability. Change chance to reset ability cooldown after use. Yeah. Damage to creatures. I'm just gonna do base health. Seems like this freaking crap is still happening.
Whatever you do, don't mention Tossball to Isaac. You'll never hear the end of it.
You know, I haven't seen him in a while.
If you'd gotten stuck in an hour-long rant about Mostly Colonists, you'd be thankful.
Hey.
This is so annoying because if I fucking restart the game, it's gonna end the stream. I don't want to end the stream. Oh my god, I want this. Okay, I can't take it anymore. I'm gonna save it. Let me just make sure this saves. Okay, I'm gonna reload the game. Hopefully this helps. If it doesn't, I might just have to start up a new stream because this is getting ridiculous. I'm guessing there's just something wrong with, I don't know. Now I'm hoping restarting the game will help if this doesn't, which it already sounds like it probably didn't. Oh, I'm so freaking annoyed. Let me just shut this. You guys don't need to see what's going on back here. Oh my god, are they playing sorry?
What's that smell coming out of Celia's apartment?
Probably whatever she bought from that guy who sells animal parts.
Sebastian?
I swear, she buys something from him every day.
I really hope reloading the fucking game will actually help this shit. I feel like it's just an area problem. Either that or I got too much stuff. Dropping a out for delivery is dropping a care package off with the Mathers in the old ruins south of Stellar Bay. Be back soon, Laura. I know you're reading this. Stay out of my things. Go to Braxton's apartment. Search the house.
You startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh?
Okay, that's it. I gotta do it. I'm sorry, guys. I've gotta end the stream, restart the game, and see if that actually helps. This fucked up dialogue bullshit. I'm rather irritated about this. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm gonna start this right back up. But well, I hope you enjoyed the fucking bullshit static. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.